Now, what I can't understand is why everybody's taking the G chord on the guitar like this, or like this. Oh, sorry. First of all, I think this one is not a pretty sound. I don't need this one. I've got it up here. So, well, listen to, if you do it like this finger on this string, the ring finger there, the pinky on this one, that you would either do like this or like this, but then do it like this, and this finger here, which is going on the G string, is dampening the second string from top, so it goes. And it's very much prettier, this one, than this one. This one is muddy in the bottom. So look at this. I'm sorry, my fingers are getting in the way of the view, but maybe this way of taking it is. Well, if you let go of this finger and let this finger dampen the second string from the top, the A string. You get this. And you have two fingers here, with which you can do all kinds of stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Or you can do just. Or you can do. This one sticks, right? You have this drone. That drone tone going on. It sticks like there. You don't have to move around all the fingers every time you shift. So. Oh, sorry, I digress. Well, I just don't understand why. I mean, I'm an autodidactic, and according to Eddie Izzard, it means I can breathe underwater. Autodidactic. Anyway, look at this. These two fingers are doing the job. Ah, sorry. This one is mute. Right? This, and when you go to C, you're already, if you do it like this and change to C, that's a whole lot of movement. You can do this. You can even do this. This is a C chord with the G in the bass. You can even do this. Or you can do, if you use a thumb, why not use the thumb if your thumb is long enough? Of course, here, in this case, when I want the G as a bass tone for the C chord. Yeah, this is practical. Why don't people get practical instead of being normal? Normal? Fashion is very normal. It's from the old Egyptian era, at least. But it's all a bunch of work for only arbitrary decisions made by people who are now dead. We don't actually need cosmetics. We don't actually need music. At least music, when the guitar has been manufactured, it doesn't pollute anymore. This piece of, except when I change strings, of course. Been up all night, babe, leaning on the windowsill. If I die on top of the hill, sorry. Hill, telephone on naked. I know my baby will. I can't do it with this chord, right? Then I'll have to do. No, sorry. Ah, okay. That's if you turn it down into a at least it'll always pull itself back together, the string. So tune it down twice. But anyway, that's the G chord. Now this tuning is so versatile. I believe it's Neil Young using it like this. Listen to this one. So because I toned it down, it's an F with a C in the bass. No, a C with an F in the bass, of course. It's like this one. All of the people at this party, they got a lot of style. They got stamps of many countries. They got passports, smiles. Some are friending, some are cutting, some are watching. Watching in some are. I lost it. Anyway, this is not about me on the song. That was a Joni Mitchell song, anyway. But you know. This is the third thing I'm wondering about. Why people don't use the G in the bass of the C chord more, like Bob Dylan did. Bob Dylan. No, it wasn't. It was a Bob Donovan, you know. Your eyes seem like sunrise on a Gulf swing. And there are bossa melodies where the bass is placed in the wrong place, like this one. Olha que coisa mais linda. And he goes like this. And there's another thing. Don't always take all the strings into use. Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça. E ela, menina, que vem que passa num doce balanço, caminho do mar. Moça no corpo dourado do sol de Ipanema, ao seu balançar dá mais com poema. É coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar. Porque estou tão sozinho. Porque tudo é tão triste. A beleza que existe. A beleza que não é só minha, que passa tão sozinha. Se ela soubesse que quando ela passa, o mundo sorrindo se enche de graça e fica mais linda. Por causa do amor. It's also that, you know, they always in the bossa, in the samba, in the bossa, sorry, they use the voice. I mean, there was this João Gilberto. It was this doing like this. Where he goes. goes like a, se você disser que eu desafino, amor, amor. He does that. Actually, he's doing that. What's the other song? Is Adeus Guasira. Oh yeah. Adeus Guasira, meu pedacinho. Don't know, it's this one. Doralice, Doralice, o que lhe diz? Amar é tolice, é uma ilusão. Eu prefiro viver tão sozinho ao som do lamento do meu violão. Doralice, o que lhe diz? Eu sempre nada que vou me meter. Agora, amor, Doralice, meu bem, como é que nós vamos fazer? Agora, amor. I'll take it slow because there's several places, apart from the ending. Da da. That's what he's singing. Boom, 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 boom. In the end, in the finale, or just after it actually. But then, Doralice, o bem que lhe diz, amar é tolice, é bobagem, ilusão. Amar é tolice, é bobagem, ilusão. Eu prefiro viver tão sozinho ao som do lamento do meu violão. Eu prefiro viver tão sozinho ao som do lamento do meu violão. Okay, it's the bass. Doralice, o bem que lhe dizia, olhesse embrulhada que. Yeah, I'm singing. Okay, this is my doing it. Agora, amor. Oh, sorry. Amor, agora, amor. Agora, amor. Doralice, meu bem, como é que nós vamos fazer? Um belo dia você me surgiu. Eu quis fugir, mas você insistiu. Alguma coisa bem que andava me visando. Até parece que eu estava desviando. Bem que não queria me casar contigo. Bem que não queria enfrentar esse perigo. Doralice, agora você tem que me dizer como é que nós vamos fazer. And I think, thanks to people like the name, I can't remember, the guy with the 1,000 voices and the micro tuning and all. What's he called? Anyway, he's a young kid. He's really talented in doing all kinds of wonderful things that I don't give a shit about because it's not poetry. It's show off artistry. But anyway, he does it all the time. That's not the point. I forgot the point. But what I was going to say after all this talk is, please don't subscribe, don't click on the like, don't do anything anybody ever tells you. Only do what you feel is right. But after thinking, because if you don't think, you don't belong in the human world, actually, unless you can't. Because every human belongs in the human world, of course. But if you are able to think and you don't, let me just say this. There is nothing to be afraid of. Your thoughts are under your command. Even, what was he called, Mark Chapman, who claimed to have heard voices telling him to kill John Lennon. He was not a victim of inner voices. He was a victim of the mentality of doing as you're told. Because you can hear a voice telling you, if you don't kill this guy, I'm going to talk to you 11 hours. Unless you're an insomniac, you know this is going to shut up when you sleep. And anyway, who's this guy? Who's this girl? Who's this person? Who is this person talking to me? I'm walking here. Anyway, this person is nothing. I mean, you have to respect real people, but if they say something you don't like, you don't have to take it. You can always die and reincarnate as a saint. That is truly my belief. I know it's very far out, but check out 2000, what's it called? Certified investigations in children from the age of 2.5 to 5, like 7, I guess, have told of previous lives, and in many cases, in 2,000 cases, it's been proven to not be something set up by the parents. These children are yay big. They're not. Oh, sorry, the camera is, distorting it. They are yay big, or maybe they are this big. But anyway, they're children. They don't have the knowledge of airplanes landing on beaches or who killed them, and later when you got in contact with them, confessed to the murder. I mean, this is not proof of reincarnation, but it is evidence which is worth considering. Worth considering, of course, if you have a career as a scientist, it's worth considering those things. But as a human being and a decent moral person, it is worth considering all the facts. And facts aren't just what people say, like who wrote the Bible and why did they write that and all that. Facts are things that you can investigate in some manner that makes it plausible that these people aged 2.5 to 4 are not telling you an elaborate lie. They're not all narcissists, psychopaths invested in a future as politicians. They're not thinking like that. I remember when I was 4, I was not. I wanted to be the ruler of the world, but it just was something like a miracle to me. It wasn't a strategy. It was strategy. It was just a dream. Because I had this. I think many people have that. Everybody wants to rule the world, but as I grew up, I realized, my brother said to me, what if everybody did like that? And that's the logic you have to, that he was one of my best parents, my great brother, my big brother. What if everybody's doing this? What's going to happen if everybody just blah, 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 whatever? You can imagine, if you can't probably imagine some scenario where somebody's doing something that's kind of shit. Well, let's take the drop in. Some people here in Scandinavia are putting tobacco pouches in their mouths and sucking the nicotine out of that. And then they leave these pouches in nature, and they're still full of nicotine. And that's really the most these people have no idea, because, in fact, animals pick up everything, and if it tastes good or if it feels like food, they'll eat it. Birds don't taste it. They swallow it. If it looks like this or that, they swallow it, and stones in their, I don't know, we call it chord. It's full of stones. And muscular movements use the stones like we use our teeth. Wouldn't that be practical if human didn't have teeth? I mean, it wouldn't be pretty. Where's the great smile? But at least we wouldn't need dentists. And, speaking of dentists, we need those, but we do not need fashion. We do not, I haven't been to a hairdresser in 53 years, and I haven't missed it at all. I mean, not for a picosecond. It's not something that human beings need. I am 68, turning 69 in 4 months, and I haven't been killed because I didn't go to a hairdresser. Also, I don't like sports, except snooker. So that's fun. That's not work. If you make work of that, you make everything into work, and you make a virtue out of necessity. And that is perverse, because you are perverting one phenomenon into another. Like, this is pleasure, let's make it work, right? That's perverse. Like, it's just like prostitutes selling sex because it works for them. Like, I can make this work. I'll fuck somebody for money, and that'll just be without issues or problems, whatever, which I don't think it actually needs to have, but it's still an analogy to making sports into a business, which is also why you see them taking drugs like EPO or whatever they're taking now, moving to Mexico for 4 months because the air is thinner at 4,000 kilometers. Kilometers? That'll make them misunderstand it. Don't use that word. It's kilometers. Kilo for 1,000, meters for meters. Don't mess up the metric system. It's not good style. It's sabotaging without you knowing it, perhaps, but you're still carrying on the bullshit that somebody threw over at your table, right? Don't do that. Don't carry on whatever people throw at you. That's what the Nazis did. Hitler stood up in a bar, and he started talking, and he discovered that there were some people who liked what he said when he said this, but they didn't like when he said that. So he kept on saying this. That's what I heard from some historical account. So he was just, riding the wave, the tidal wave of anger. And Germans were angry because of the Versailles Treaty being totally incoherent, I think, and not very just, because in the First World War there was these alliances, two alliances facing each other, and somebody got killed, but that's not the actual thing. It's the misunderstandings because of the killing, I think, that led to people thinking, I have to do this because blah blah, and then they went to war and killed I don't know how many millions of people. And then the Second World War was because Hitler could excite the what's it called? Discomfort. I don't know what's it called. Unsatisfiement. What is that called? I miss the word right now. This discomfort. No. This something. Anyway, he would profit on that. He would collect it, like Trump is now doing in America. And sorry, I should be speaking with a British accent, shouldn't I, when I say stuff like that? You might find me more intelligent if I spoke in a British accent. No, I am not German, but if I were German, I would speak in a German accent. But I'm Danish, and we don't have subtitles under American or English movies, of which there are more of the former than that of the British. So we learned the sound of American English, and also those heroes. There was more money in the business of making movies in America than there were in Europe. So there's that. Anyway, it's a long way from the chord G. Thank you very much. Very much.